Hello, I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to be taking a look at kind of an oldie but a goodie. I hope it's a goodie. I haven't opened it yet, but this is the DC Universe Classics The Question. Now this is one that's actually kind of my own personal grail. This is a figure I've been looking for a long time, and several months ago I found him in a comic book store, and I was so excited to find him, and I've just kind of had him displayed in the box since I've gotten him. But today I'm going to open him. I've been fighting the urge to open him, and so now I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to do it with an audience. So I'm excited to take a look at this guy. But first, just admire the package one last time. It's that classic DC UC package. We've got that orange background, big window and displays the figure inside, lots of plastic, and it looks great. I've enjoyed having this on my shelf, getting to look at it, getting to appreciate finally owning this guy. But if we just kind of look, we can see it's got his name, The Question, and kind of a picture of just his eyes. And then if you kind of look close, you can see some more pictures of him. Maybe they were comic panels, so just some art of The Question right in there. And then the rest, I think, is characters from The Wave. I can kind of see, like John Stewart back there. If we take a look at the back, we can see this was the Collect and Connect Wave for Kilowog. So these are the other characters in The Wave. I'm not really interested in collecting the rest of them. The Question was the only one I was interested in, really. As you can see, we got some information on the back, biography, stats. If you want to pause and read that, you're more than welcome to, of course. So let's just go ahead and cut this guy open, see what he comes with. All right, so here we've got The Question in his tray here with all that he comes with. All that he comes with is the, let's see, I guess this would be the left leg for Kilowog. I don't really have any interest in this personally. I'm not looking to build it, but maybe I'll try to sell this on eBay or something. But as far as legs go, that is one of them. And then here we have The Question in the tray. I'm going to take him out and kind of take a look at him. Oh my goodness. So this is one that I've been looking for a long time. The Question is a character that's always sort of resonated with me. And he's grown to be one of my favorites. I have some of the comic books. I bought like the 2 omnibuses of the Dennis O'Neil run, and I've read some of those, and he's just a character I've always been interested in. I love the design, and so I'm glad to finally have this guy. This is probably the definitive Question action figure. So as we can see here, this is The Question out of the box, and overall I'd say he's got a good look to him. Go ahead and get him out of the pose he was standing in the box. We'll go ahead and grab some figures that we can go ahead and compare sizes with them. So we'll just stand Mr. Question right there. First thing I want to look at, we'll stand him next to X-Men 97 Cyclops. They're right at about the same height if you're factoring in The Question's hat here. So I'd say that's pretty good. I don't know how The Question would really stand up against Cyclops in the comic books, but it's nice that DCUC and Marvel Legends can scale well together compared to something like McFarlane here. Here we've got the Hush Batman that just towers over all of these. But I thought we might want to take a look at that. And then I also, just for fun, have the Jada Toys Fei Long here. And he's a hair shorter, actually a lot shorter, but I would say that's appropriate. He's based off of Bruce Lee. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the figure itself. So this is The Question, and I guess his classic colors here with the dark blue suit and the mustard yellow shirt. That's never, I've understood it to be his definitive look in the comic books, but whenever he's adapted into something like the Justice League Unlimited or Batman Brave and the Bold, this is the look that he comes with. And just looking at him, I think he looks great. I think they got the colors right. Let's see if we can go ahead and look at, we got his kind of lighter blue jacket that matches his fedora here. looks good. And as you can maybe see, the little buttons on his, I guess, epaulettes, is that the word? That's painted black. So, and then the little buttons on his sleeve here are also painted. So that looks nice. And he's got a nice gloss on his gloves and his shoes here. I can see with the light there. So that all looks very nice. I like the, I guess, two-tone look. We got the lighter blue jacket over the darker blue suit. Looks really nice. And then looking at the head, I've always loved this head sculpt. Just watching videos and looking at pictures, I think it really captures the character. I like this a lot more than the McFarlane question that's impossible to get for a reasonable price. I like that they didn't paint over his eyes to create the effect of shadow or anything like McFarlane did. And I'd say proportions are pretty good on this guy. DCUC always kind of had bodies that looked very nice, scaled well together. And I would just say overall, this guy, yeah, this is, if you're looking for a question figure, this is probably the best looking one you can get. We can see we've got the pockets here. We can see the little stitching sculpted in, and we've got, I guess, what would you call this? I guess the tie around his coat here looks really nice, and some more stitching along the back. It looks great. So this guy, I was wondering if I would enjoy him more in the box or out of the box, but so far, I mean, I love the way this guy looks. I'm so excited to actually be holding on to him in hand. It's got a nice collar there. Mine's got maybe a bit of excess paint and then some chipping there. But other than that, hair looks great. It all looks great. So I'm excited to be looking at this guy. So let's go ahead and see how he poses. Some of you may still be familiar with DC Universe Classics articulation, and then some of you may not. I do remember when these were on the shelves, and even for the time, it was pretty behind, subpar, one may say. So looking at the head, it's on a swivel here, and it may be on a, no, there's kind of not really any play to it other than the swivel there, which is what I kind of expected. I know that some of the DCUC had ball joints, but I don't even know about this. Here we see the shoulders are on hinges here. You can raise them up that much. That works pretty well. We kind of have this like roundness at the bottom that doesn't look really great. Here we've got the swivel at the bicep. Mine was kind of separated in the package a little bit. I guess just from being in the box so long. Here we got single jointed elbow. It does not reach 90 degrees, but so that's a little disappointing, but again, not surprising. I am familiar with the legs and the arms on this. I have a few other DC Universe Classics. Then looking at the legs, maybe hard to pose them. The jacket comes down kind of low, but so he can kick forward about this far. And then out to the side, he can probably, oh no, I got some chip there from doing that. So oh gosh, I need to be more careful. Going out to the side, his coat wraps all the way around and it's kind of stiff. So that's about as much to the side as you're gonna get. I'm scared now to try and show his knee bend. So we got the thigh swivel here. Kind of breaks up the sculpt a little bit, but here we got knee bend, single jointed. That hits about 90 degrees. I hope you can see that. And then the foot is just on a hinge, no pivot or anything, and it doesn't move very far. So as far as posing goes, I'm not really surprised with how this turned out, but I'm really just excited to have this guy. He might have been a more dynamic display piece in the box, but this is one that has eluded me for a long time. I remember seeing him in a comic book store many years ago and not buying him and always regretting it, because the question is just a character that's always stuck with me. And so I'm finally excited to just finally have this guy, to be looking at him, and I hope that this maybe was helpful. Hopefully, maybe somebody is watching this and maybe is trying to find a question action figure, trying to figure out what the best way to go may be. I know that DC Direct made some, but they pose worse even than this. And then the McFarlane one, I don't even think, even though it's, what, 15-ish years newer than this one, I don't even think it looks as good as this one. And you probably can't find it for less than $100. So this guy probably runs about half that price if you're trying to buy him new. I would say this is only worth it if you're trying to complete your DC Universe Classics collection, or you just are a Question fan. I'm a Question fan, so I'm glad to have this guy. And so I hope this was helpful. I appreciate you watching. Hope this was informative. There aren't really any newer reviews of this guy. So thank you again, and I will see you next time.